Hello, my dear ones. Welcome to Granny's Whisper. As we always do before we begin, let me ask, where are you listening from tonight? Drop your city or your country in the comments. I love to know where my family of listeners gather from. If you are new here, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy our stories, please like, share, and subscribe. My best friend's daughter, the child she had when she cheated with my boyfriend. Before we dive in, I would like to thank you again for visiting Granny's Whisper channel. Dear listeners, tonight I bring you a tale of friendship, betrayal, and the long road to forgiveness. Sit back, breathe deep, and let this story unfold. From the moment Lila and Marcia met in primary school, they were inseparable. Two little girls with mismatched ribbons and wide imaginations, they traded lunches and whispered secrets behind cupped hands. They promised to be forever sisters, pledging to stand as each other's bridesmaids and raise their future children as cousins. Through secondary school, they grew into young women side by side, sharing textbooks, late-night giggles, and wild dreams of the future. When college arrived, they rented a tiny flat, a cozy nest where they burned noodles, laughed until dawn, and planned lives full of love and possibility. It was during those college years that Damien entered the picture. Tall, charismatic, and warm-smiled, he seemed the perfect match for Lila. He brought flowers just because, listened as she shared her hopes and made her feel cherished. Marcia cheered for her friend, teasing that Damien was husband material. Soon Lila and Damien were planning a life together, rings, a little house with a garden, children with his smile and her eyes. But small shadows crept in. Damien sometimes cancelled dates at the last moment. Marcia, once always available, began offering vague excuses when Lila invited her out. They both claimed busy schedules. Lila chose trust over suspicion. The pattern deepened. When Lila arranged a dinner with Damien, he would have to work late. When she invited Marcia to a movie, a family emergency surfaced. One drizzly evening, Lila passed a quiet cafe and caught sight of the impossible. Marcia and Damien sitting close, their hands nearly touching, voices low and intimate. They looked up and froze. Damien's explanations spilled out quickly. A chance meeting. Marcia hugged Lila, her smile too fast, her hands trembling. And still Lila convinced herself it was coincidence. These were her two favourite people. Surely they wouldn't betray her. Weeks slipped into months. Marcia began wearing looser clothing and avoiding wine. Damien grew distracted, his phone buzzing with messages he deleted instantly. Late one night, Lila awoke to Damien whispering into his phone, "We can't keep this up forever." Her chest went cold. The next morning, she confronted Marcia. Tears welled in Marcia's eyes. "Lila, I am pregnant." "Lila, you're my sister." "I'd never hurt you." The words sounded true, but doubt gnawed like a slow fire. Then came the call that shattered everything. Marcia was in the hospital, complications during childbirth. Lila rushed to her side to find her friend pale and trembling. With a weak hand, Marcia pressed an envelope into Lila's palm. "Please, read it later. Look after her. My baby. I'm so sorry." Hours later, Marcia was gone. Lila opened the envelope with shaking fingers. "My dearest friend, I have betrayed you in the worst way. Damien and we were reckless. This child is his. I hid it from you, ashamed and afraid. If our friendship ever meant anything, please raise my daughter. She deserves innocence, not the weight of our sin. Forgive me if you can." Marcia. The room spun. Rage, heartbreak, disbelief, every memory of their shared childhood shattered in an instant. Damien arrived, stammering apologies. It was a mistake. I never stopped loving you. But his words were ashes in Lila's ears. She threw him out that night and never allowed him back. Then she looked at the newborn sleeping in the bassinet. Soft curls framed a tiny face, and when the baby opened her eyes, Lila saw Marcia's gaze looking back. The baby's name was Isla. Neighbours gossiped, friends offered advice. Some said Lila should give the child to strangers, but every time Isla's little fingers curled around hers, Lila remembered Marcia's final plea. She could not turn away. Raising Isla was a daily battle between love and lingering bitterness. Birthdays brought joy and the sting of memory. Each giggle reminded Lila of the friend she had lost and the man who had broken her heart. Damien drifted into silence, a ghost of regret. Through the years, Lila worked, sacrificed, and poured all her energy into giving Isla a life free of shadows. When Isla turned 13, Lila sat her down and shared the letter. They cried together, mother and daughter in all but blood. "Your mother loved you," Lila said softly, "and you have saved me from drowning in anger." Today, Isla is a radiant young woman, kind, thoughtful, with Marcia's laugh and Lila's quiet strength. Sometimes, late at night, the old pain whispers to Lila. But when Isla smiles, Lila knows that forgiveness is not forgetting. It is choosing peace so the past cannot own you. Friends, what would you have done? Would you have accepted the responsibility to look after your betrayed, deceitful friend's child? Let us know what you think in the comments section. Thank you, my dears, for listening to this story of love, betrayal, and the healing power of forgiveness. If it touched your heart, remember to subscribe so Granny can whisper more tales to you next time.